What's up everybody, it's RobinGaming here. So really quickly, a response to the video I uploaded yesterday in which I talked a little bit about the whole like/dislike system maybe. The response to that was absolutely amazing. I had over 1200 likes right now at least, and that's just incredible to see. However, I do want to quickly tell you, of course, the point of that whole video was not to make one that would get crazy response where people, you know, really all left likes and stuff. I just wanted to make you all aware of how important that kind of stuff is, and I hope most of all that it's just something that is going to continue and that you don't forget about it, rather than all of a sudden start supporting one particular video. You know, it's that was not in any way the reason for the video, but nonetheless I very much appreciate how that particular video was received, so thanks a lot for that. To get into today's video, a lot of people have been asking for some more Uncharted 4 news. It's been quite a long while, more kind of like talked about the remastered collection and how that seems to be pretty likely for this year. But Neil Druckmann, who is of course the creative director for Uncharted 4, tweeted a couple of days ago, I think it might already be a week ago to be honest, that they had finally recorded the ending, the final part of the game, and he showed that with a picture that actually said cut to black, the end, to kind of like point us towards, yeah, thinking this is what they just recorded. They just recorded the actual ending of the game. Does not mean in any way that the whole mocap part is done for the game, because I do definitely think they shoot things out of order, so there might still be a lot of scenes that they have yet to record, but the ending has now been finished. And then the question is, how are you gonna end such an incredible big franchise, especially thinking now that Naughty Dog is really treating this as the final game in the series? How are you going to end that? That's really a question, especially also when they've still been very vague about it. Is it gonna be the final game? Is it not gonna be the final game? What seems to be pretty clear to me is this is Naughty Dog's final Uncharted game, but they're gonna leave it up to Sony. If Sony ever wants to continue the franchise, then they can. Naughty Dog has no say in that because it's still a Sony franchise. Nonetheless, I do feel like it's going to be the final big Uncharted game. I don't honestly think Sony is gonna kind of like ruin the series or create like a second trilogy, something crazy like that. I think if Naughty Dog feels this is the way they want to go out with that series, and then Sony is not stopping them, and hey, we might see another prequel handheld Vita game, whatever, something similar to that, or we'll get the film, the movie coming out in like 2016, or yeah, 2016 it should be, summer 2016. But nonetheless, the ending, that's really the question. How are you gonna end such a big franchise in a way that feels right? And to me, I really love the storytelling in these games. I think Uncharted 2 especially, and then maybe also Uncharted 1 and 3 still did a great job at telling you an awesome story, but the endings always seem to be a little bit of a cop-out, to me at least. Just something very simple and safe, that wasn't really, yeah, like I said, wasn't really risky in any way, to be honest. And Naughty Dog always defended that by saying that the ending was kind of like, just felt right to them because it's such a light-hearted series. But to me, I don't know, I wasn't really satisfied all the time with just this ending that we got 3 times with Nate and Elena and Sully walking off into the sunset, being all happy and stuff. I just want it to be a little different, especially now with this final game. But then how will you do that? There are pretty much 3 ways in which this game could end. First of all, it's the same ending that I just described. It could be once again a happy ending that I don't think is gonna necessarily feel right for this series. The second one that I see a lot of people talking about is Nathan Drake going to die. That's something that I definitely could see happening. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them that they wouldn't do it at all. I do think there's a small chance for that. However, I don't see that particular ending happening either, simply because I feel like, because they're gonna leave it kind of open-ended, because Sony still might at some point want to continue the franchise, or because we're still at least gonna get some Uncharted stuff after 4 comes out with the movie. Killing off Nathan Drake wouldn't really seem like a right thing to do to me, and also because it still is, at its core, it's a light-hearted series, where a lot of the main characters don't always die. It's usually the villains and stuff. I think killing off Nathan Drake is maybe a little, a little too crazy to me, to be quite honest with you. That being said, I do think characters are going to die. I talked about that in a video that I did recently, talking about the major character deaths that I'm expecting, and I myself said that I could really see Nathan Drake's brother Sam die in the game, and then also, from out of the pretty much the main cast, who I would most likely see dying is Elena, to be honest with you. And I still think that is going to be how the series ends. I think what is ultimately gonna make Nathan Drake stop his whole treasure hunting life is the death of a certain major character that he cares about a lot, and that's, you know, obviously Elena is the one he cares about the most. And I feel like because the whole premise of the Uncharted 4 story is that Nate is pretty much being forced back into the scene because his brother Sam shows up and is forcing him, you know, to go back to his former life. That is gonna come with its risks, and that is gonna come with its ultimately its sacrifices and consequences. And what is that going to be? I just think it's going to be a major character death, and it's gonna be the reason why Nate is going to be like, I really cannot continue with this anymore. This is gonna be it for me. It's gonna be a little sad, you know. Many people talked about how it's maybe taking a little bit of a darker approach. I was never too you know, skeptical about that. I think that's a good direction for it, and it's still gonna have that humor, it's still gonna be lighthearted, but there's just gonna be a few things that are gonna change things up a little bit and just make it all in all a much more surprising adventure, I would say, and one that we can't already you know, completely predict before it actually comes out. That's why the ending is such a cool topic to talk about, and such a it's just a guess, right? You really don't know what's going to happen here. It's gonna be all up to Naughty Dog. They're gonna decide what they feel like is the right way to end it, but I could really see it ending in that way, that Drake himself survives, but he's going out of his, you know, pretty much going out of the whole treasure hunting scene because of certain sacrifices that have been made and certain reasons why he just feels like, yeah, I really can't continue this anymore. With that being said, I of course want to know your opinion in the comments. How do you think Uncharted 4 is going to end? Are characters going to die? And yeah, with that being said, thanks a lot for all your support once again on that video I uploaded yesterday. Hopefully once again today, I really appreciate it. And then I'd like to thank you a lot for watching, and hope to see you again next time.